Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about a new subdivision. And when I say new, it was started about two and a half years ago. North Pointe is accessible from Route 29, just north of Airport Road. It's 224 acres. And let me give you the numbers on it, and then we'll talk about the impact that it has on the area. It's going to be a mixture of single-family detached homes. It's going to have a few duplexes and quadplexes in it, and then it's going to have a number of apartments. So if you want to rent, you can do that instead of buy. These are high-end luxury places. Got started in 2022, and right now the builders have been and still are Craig Builders, which is a local builder. They've been in the area since 1957, so they're well established. They build a great home. And then Southern Development Homes. They're also a large local builder. The starting prices are going to be pushing $700,000 or just a little bit under. And of course, with any new home that you buy, there's going to be a lot of options, so you can quickly run those prices up. They've got everything from 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath on up to as much as 5 bedrooms. So different floor plans, probably about 2,300 square feet up to a little over 4,000 square feet. The houses sit on about 1/4 of an acre, which is typical for the area. It's laid out, it's going to be a homeowners association, so it'll have that kind of management involved. But right now, there's lots of amenities, like you've got a pool, you've got a clubhouse, you've got walking trails, you've got sidewalks around everything. There's playgrounds, there's a dog park. They may have some others as time goes on, but pretty much, I don't want to say an insular community, but if you want to get out and about and have your recreation, you can have it right there. Phase 1 is currently built out. Phase 2 is underway. And then there's a third phase that's not scheduled to start yet. I suspect the county is going to be looking at the environmental impact of the first 2 phases, especially on the traffic load on Route 29. Because here's the thing you need to know about this neighborhood. It's going to be a large one. Over 200 single-family detached homes, 200 apartments, I think 24 duplexes and 16 quadplexes. Not a whole lot in the attached home area, but still, when you put it all together, there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of cars, a lot of traffic, and it's going to be on 29 about, I don't know, 1/4 of a mile north of Airport Road. The thing you need to know if you're looking at this area, Route 29 from Hydraulic Road on the edge of the city of Charlottesville all the way up to Airport Road is 6 lanes, and then it narrows down to 4 lanes. So this is on the 4-lane section. And if you need to head south to get to the airport, to go to the Hollymead Town Center for shopping, or if you need to go into Charlottesville itself, you're going to have to head north for about 1/10 of a mile and then pull a U-turn at a crossover. I don't know yet what VDOT's plans are, Virginia Department of Transportation. Are they going to put a crossover there with a traffic light? There's a couple of lights there that are pretty close. This would just add to the congestion. So I'm sure they're looking at it, and the county's also looking at it. Whether we go to phase 3 or not remains to be seen, depends on all that. The other thing that is a big question mark is Pritchett Road runs behind the development, and there's not an outlet to it yet, but if you look at the plans, if you look at the North Pointe subdivision website, you'll see on the site plan that there's a little alley that shows where there could be an exit out to Pritchett Road. Now, what's so great about Pritchett Road? It is a dead end, but it runs into Profit Road, which then becomes Airport Road as you cross 29. There's a big traffic light there. And, you know, emergency medical services like to have an alternate entrance in case something happens at the main one for one reason or another, or it might be quicker. I don't know what the rules are in Albemarle County for these kinds of things. Some counties I do know require an alternate entrance or more than one for emergency services to get in and out. So that's something to keep in mind. I just think over time there might be this issue of if you do have to head south, it's a bit of a nuisance, especially if you have a lot of traffic headed north, as well as coming south it would take some time to get over in that left lane, get in that turn lane, pull that U-turn out into traffic heading south. So that's going to be a big issue. It's a fairly new community, local builders doing a great job. These are beautiful homes in there. I mean, if you get a chance to look at them. Craig Builders has a webpage devoted to North Pointe, so does Southern Development, as well as the developer's website for North Pointe. And a lot of good information in there. You can find out, questions, answers to a lot of questions as you look at those pages. And if you like homeowners associations, if you like planned communities, if you like being in a protected neighborhood, let's say, where it's off the beaten path but not that far off. In other words, you can be in the community and feel like you're not being crowded upon by anything else, but you can get out to the highway pretty quickly. Again, as I like to say, it's anywhere within the community to any of the amenities. It's a 10-minute walk or less. Right now, they don't have a whole lot of retail services or commercial businesses in there. I think that will come as the population increases and these businesses, I'm sure they're setting aside some space for them. And as these businesses see that, yes, there's enough people here to bring us enough business, then you'll probably start to see more of that. So it's still in the build phase. Like I said, building phase 2, I drove it recently, and you see a lot of homes going up and they're selling. People have actually moved in on some of the streets where the construction is still going on. So it is popular. There's a lot of pressure on the Charlottesville area, Albemarle County, for homes of this sort. Brook Hill was another area that's the same thing in there. Greenwood Homes is one, and I might do a drive-by on them. They're just south of Forest Lakes. Similar type of community, although they might have more apartments and townhomes in that one than detached homes, but they're building that out as well. And professionals who are looking for a place to live, and they've got to be close to Charlottesville because they're going to work in town or very nearby. These are places that have a lot of appeal. So there you have it. That is North Pointe, the development on Route 29, north of Charlottesville and Airport Road. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to get back to you about it. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.